Around the Villages YouTube channel, and I want to welcome all y'all today. We have Mr. Rich A right out of the gate with Becky close behind. So I want to thank everybody for joining this evening. Jace kind of reached out to my buddy there to see what he was up to today. So Jace, want to thank you for joining on as well. So, and Mark Ryan is in the house. All right, cool. So, right now I have to tell you, I was supposed to have a guest right here live on our YouTube channel. And things happen, as we all know, and she wasn't able to make it tonight. However, she's supposed to be on from on the streaming channel, and how that works, I have no idea. But of course, Christian, he's the one that's handling all this stuff. So anyways, there we go. So I want to thank everybody right now for joining. And so while we're working this out, Christian's running around kind of checking on things with our guest to see how that's going to hopefully come to fruition. Because I still have all of our questions for her. And we have Becky, who really kind of chime in there too, since Becky is our in-house insurance person. All right, so Becky, thank you for joining, and keep us straight as we go. Jace, thank you for jumping on, bud. Let's see. Oh, okay, so Jane and Pat, I guess I missed it. I didn't scroll all the way to the top, so thank you. So, sorry, Rich, I got to yank your title from you, and it looks like Pat and Jane were numero uno, so thank you for joining in. Oh, actually, no. Tim Cornet, he popped in at 5:32 and said he couldn't join. So you know what? He doesn't. So we're going to have to take that title from him as well, since he's not watching tonight. But he's going to catch up with us later on. So that's cool. That's what we have it for. That's why we do what we do, and we do put it on. Post it to our YouTube channel. I got a crazy text message from some guy who said, was it text? Was it text? No, I think it was actually an email, who said I was violating his music. What do you call that, Jace? Whenever you play somebody else's music and you're without their permission. So I looked him up, some kind of hoaxer out there. I didn't even reply. So anyways, listen, I'm going to go ahead, and while we're waiting on our guest, we're going to go ahead and talk about the market real quick. Seems to be blowing up. I mean, it seems like a lot of things are. Let's check it out. So give me a second to. Let's see if I can. Yeah, yay. I can definitely do that. All right, there we go. So my matrix is my, what do we have here? My YouTube channel. Here we are. we're going to, right out of the gate, we're going to go ahead and check our market report, okay? First of all, let's do this. I'm going to bore y'all. No, it's not boring. I'm going to enlighten everybody as to my different listings. So here is a list of the listings that I have here. So I want to introduce everybody to my newest, latest, and greatest, only 10 days on the market. And this is 4157 Colorette Court. Okay, so 10 days on the market, like I said. Year built 2022 and $499,900. That is a great price for that home. 1,949 square feet living area. It does have 2 cars and a golf cart garage. So let's kind of flip. Oh, I'm gonna have to get, I forgot my drone. Last time I was there, I don't know how I can forget. Got to do some drone shots. So there's the inside, all LVP. I love this. This is what I do whenever I get a listing, and it's a home that needs updating. This is like the perfect floor that I kind of put in there on these. So much like a gardenia, what we do though in the begonias is there's a window in a gardenia right here, but instead they put a golf cart garage in that area of the eat-in kitchen there, okay? So beautiful cabinets. We have quartz countertops with an undermount sink, stainless steel appliances. This home is primo. Over in the DeLuna area, okay? The DeLuna part of the Villages. So much like my house, I love to have carpet in my bedrooms. This way when you get out of bed, you're on carpet and not really a hard floor. So his and her closets. And I love the separation of the sinks here. So one person can be over here, one person would be over here. You're not in each other's way with the elbows. And there is one of my, I have always advocated, because in some of the older homes, I've always advocated a window in the bathroom for that natural light to come in. Oh, and I just sold a home in on top of the world. No, in Stone Creek, I want to tell you about. And this is what we're going to do. This home, it's a brand new home, came without a seat in the shower. You know, so that's kind of, so we're going to go ahead and put a corner seat in there now that I look at it. Guest bedroom. This is the other guest bedroom, little work area, bay window. Love, love, love bay windows in these. And you don't get bay windows in these homes anymore because they can't really configure a bay window as easily, because today, you know, with the concrete panels now that they construct homes out of. And I told somebody last week I was going to find out about that. Christian, I need a pen here, buddy. Thank you. So, and I did not do that, but I'm going to write it down. So concrete panel construction versus block construction. Somebody asked me, well, you know, why is block better? Well, block's better because like I say, the way you can interlock block, and it's really weird. I was going down the was it the turnpike? No, I think it was I-75 I was going down. And I always thought, I think I might go ahead and fly the drone over there, because all along I-75 is the area where they construct these concrete panels. And they actually put windows right. The windows are already in where the holes are in the panels. I thought that was interesting. I don't know if I'd put my windows in before I construct the panels, but anyways, I've got it written down here. Let me finish up here on this home. Actually, I'll go back. That's the guest. Big lanai. And you're not looking right inside that is a pool cage, but they've put some vegetation for privacy. So there's that bay window that I really like. So that's Collerette Court, $499. Castle Gate. So this is a new listing that Vincent, one of my new agents, got for us. And this is a patio villa for $319,900. It's a 2012. This has been 14 days on the market. Now, this was a for sale by owner. So on our for sale by owner around the villages YouTube channel, which I encourage everybody to check out, this has been on there. And so if you're familiar with for sale by owners around the villages, you might have seen this home already. A little colorful inside there. Now she went ahead and painted these cabinets. We have our LVP flooring inside there. Let me talk to, hey, Christian.
Yes, sir.
You see this this TV right here?
Yes.
That's not supposed to be. That's supposed to be like the exterior.
All right.
Okay. All right, so LVP flooring. That's weird. That looks like carpet. So what's the deal here, Christian?
Oh, Mr. Gave. I helped Vincent upload those, but they weren't edited at all.
Come here. So we have this shot with the LVP flooring. And then we have this shot.
Why did he put? Okay.
With carpet.
Yeah.
Well, what's up? How'd that happen?
So she gave all the photos to Vincent, and he just, I guess, uploaded all of them.
Okay. So we took some of our own photos, and the homeowner gave us her other photos. So we're going to pass this up until we get the right photos straightened out. Okay. Travis Place, $269,900. Now, this is probably one of the lowest priced patio villas south of 466. And I sold this home to these people originally when I worked for the villages, and back in 2007. And they used it very sparingly. These people might have used it maybe 2 months a year. So this thing has been gently used, we'll say. And all the furniture and everything. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no, I apologize. They are going to give all the furniture to their children, I was told. So not a lot done to it. Pretty standard. They did replace the refrigerator, but everything else is original. But like I said, barely used. The carpet looks like it's brand new. in here. So, yeah, see how you put the front of the home on this one?
Mm.
So that's where you got to do them all. All right, so extremely nice home. Oh, you got to remind me to do drones for Colorado. So that's Travis Place. Next, what do we have? Oh, these are just a couple lots that I have for builders. This home, Spruce Creek South. So this Spruce Creek South is a community for economy-minded people who want to get down here to Florida in the lowest cost possible. And I will tell you right now, here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. 289.9, 1,652 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths on a golf course. So I'm going to flip backwards. Great. Where's what? Where are my shots of the golf course, Christian? And my drones?
Should be at the very end. Let's see.
I know I have drone shots on this home. Man, it's a good thing I'm going through these. I'll tell you what. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to make some notes here. No drones. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Number 7, Willow Grove. Okay. So 549.9 for Willow Grove. This is a gardenia in the village of Bonnybrook. Bonnybrook is a fantastic location, just like Winifred is. So Winifred's on the other side of the cul-de-sac of Buena Vista Boulevard. If anybody knows much about the villages, Bonnybrook is on this side. Willow Grove, Winifred's on the other side. So awesome home, brand new roof. So the homeowner asked me, "Hey, Ira, what do you think? Do you think we should put a new roof on there?" I said, "Absolutely," because this home is a 2004, had an original roof. So that roof was 21 years old. So yeah, that's got to go. So gracious enough to, now I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was talking to a customer today, and they were saying that, I was talking to Claus. He was telling me how his neighbor has their home on the market, and that real estate agent, I don't remember if it was listed by the villages or listed by an MLS agent, but he said that they put it on the market, and that real estate agent has made no suggestions at all of what to do to the property. So this property had this is a palm, a cluster of fan palms, which I chopped down. Now they've kind of grown back up, but they totally overwhelmed this bottle brush tree. So I cut them down to this size here. Trimmed up the palm tree, this queen palm, but then inside there was carpet in the living room and dining room and all the bedrooms. And I said, let's get rid of the carpet too. Nobody wants carpet anymore. So we actually put LVP and some high-end LVP. I don't do anything just halfway just to get by. I could walk into a lot of listings, right? Here's the best way to tell if you have good LVP flooring in a home. So you walk in, you see a home like this that has tile. Now, if that LVP flooring goes below the height of the tile, that is cheap LVP. You want some good quality, thick LVP product on here. So there it is. There's our LVP. And Christian, you're going to have to monitor these pictures a little bit better here, dude, because in Willow Grove, come here. You see that?
Yes.
And you're going to have to monitor these a little bit better.
Yes, sir.
I want you to go through all the listings and make a list, because I'm making a list here of what needs to be corrected. So what I'm telling Christian is up here, well, I'm out of the screenshot, but in front of the glass door, the sliding glass door, you see how it's all whited out from the sun shining in. Well, we have a way of correcting that, and we've been doing that with I don't know, let me see if we have any other shots, but see how you can see now. Yeah, you can see how it's gone there. So we have a way of doing that. You can see even here that the sun is trying to shine in a little bit on us, but there you go. This LVP is up at the same height as the tile floor. See, there again, we got rid of that. So we went in and took new pictures is what we did. So beautiful home, 549 on the golf course in the Villages south of 466. And we'll check in a minute, but I'm pretty sure that this is probably the lowest priced block and stucco home south of 466 in the Villages. Built-in workstation in the front bedroom, which is nice. They took the bed up, and when they put the LVP down. Two-car garage, there we go again. And there's our shot of the golf course. So that is a great price for that home. And not only that, but for this home, Christian, we need to do a shot with the drone, or at least a shot from the property appraisers from a satellite to show the size of the lot. Because this lot, you could put a pool on this home. Not many lots in the Villages, especially on a golf course, especially with a home as large as this, that you can put a pool in. I think it was Peter who asked me to if I would do all of my listings every week. So this is one of my renovations that I've done on Williams Road. This is called a Grand Ficus. I love the double doors and the front porch on the Grand Ficus with the bay windows, as you can see, brick pavers. We redid everything in this home. And when I mean everything, well, except the cabinets. We didn't change out the cabinets. Put new cabinet doorknobs on there, though. Put new knobs on all the doors in the home. I mean, we really, so very nice LVP. This used to be open, and this was a formal dining room. So we enclosed it, put some pocket French doors in here, and made it a den. Because this originally was a 2-bedroom home. It desperately needed another den over and on top of the world in Stone Creek. They call and Crestwind, they call these rooms flex rooms. Okay, so we made a flex room. This home also had a wall that came from here all the way and closed off the kitchen from the living area. And we took that wall down, took it out completely. So now the kitchen opens to the rest of the living area. Painted the whole house, all brand new floors everywhere, high baseboard. I always, whenever I replace the LVP floor in a home, I always put that high baseboard in there. And then I came up with the wainscoting idea. This really came out very well. And also we wanted to do a pony bar in here because I wanted this to be a nice, sturdy island area. And this allowed us to do that with your pony bar top. I love, love, love this granite. This granite is beautiful. I'm hoping I have a good picture of it. All the doorknobs I replaced. This faucet was replaced. All the appliances are brand new. Brand spanking new. There's that granite. That granite, I mean, it's just beautiful. All of the blinds in here are brand new. We put brand new blinds in this home. I'm telling you. So there's a good shot of the granite. It just blended in beautifully. Nice open floor plan now. Now there used to be a plant shelf all the way across. All right. And I took that plant shelf out, which opened it all the way up into the open foyer here. This is a closet on this side, so you have a coat closet. This leads you out to the garage. Very open floor plan, beautiful home. $449 for this home. And I love the lot that this sits on because you have a lot of privacy, beautiful land. You just look out over beautiful landscaping and it looks out into a cul-de-sac. So you're not looking right at somebody's lanai and saying, hey, good morning, how you doing? Have a cup of tea or whatever. You don't have that in this home. There is the front guest bedroom. So when we looked at the front elevation of the house, I talked to you about this bay window on the front. And so this is what it looks like. Like I said, brand new doorknobs in here. Everything's been painted. Doors have been repainted. This home is better than new. Doesn't have a bond, no bond. Oh, it did have popcorn ceilings. Took out the popcorn. So double doors leading into the master bedroom. This is the master bedroom here. Master bathroom, brand new light fixtures, brand new granite on the cabinets here, brand new faucets. We put even brand new towel rings in there to match. Did a great job on this home. New glass, new plumbing, faucets, new towel bar. Telling you, this home is better than new. Cabinets in the laundry area. And here's a little picture of with the drone. So it is on a corner. Nice large corner home site. If you wanted to put a pool on the side, you should be able to do that.
What village is it in, Becky asks?
Polo Ridge.
And also, isn't it an extended garage?
It is. No, that garage is already large in itself. It hasn't been extended. Now, Polo Ridge is just behind the Southern Trace Shopping Center. So very easy to get to Publix and all your grocery stores and the restaurants. Brand new Costco in the area. I should have really taken a drone shot showing the shopping center. Brand new Costco. Let's see, Fresh Market. I love Fresh Market. Sprouts. Everything is right here, right behind in the Polo Ridge area there. This is a great home. I think the roof is a 2022 actually. So, yep, lovely home. Okay. All right, so Summerfield again. We talked about the last one being on the golf course. Great price for a home on the golf course. 3-bedroom, 2-bath at $289. I thought we were supposed to lower that to $279. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be $279. I see it's still $289. So this is as much for me as it is you guys. So $239.9 for this home. This is a great 2-car garage. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And this actually has vaulted. No, wait. No, I'm sorry. We're in Spruce Creek. I apologize. Spruce Creek Golf and Country Club. My bad. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, $239.9 for this home in Spruce Creek Golf and Country Club. Now I'm talking to these folks about opening this wall up, because this home, as you can see, has a closed in. So I'm talking to these folks about, there are 0 upgrades in this home, and that's why it's listed at $239.9. And I'm talking to them about an appliance package, putting in either granite or quartz, and then opening this wall up. Because I really feel like today everybody wants an open kitchen, right? So, master bathroom, master closet, guest bedroom, guest bathroom, laundry room, inside laundry room, 2-car garage, $239.9. You have a nice little patio area there. So, great price for this home. 2 more. This is the home I thought we were talking about, and it is $254.9 in Spruce Creek South. So this home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage with a golf cart garage in the back. Let's see if, okay, vaulted ceilings inside. You can get this home fully furnished. Carpet. If there's any fans out there who like carpet and not big fans of the new LVP flooring that everybody really likes, this home has carpet. Big, spacious master bath. Big closet in the master bedroom. That's the master bedroom. Guest bathroom. Inside laundry room. Everybody loves inside laundry rooms, right? Especially it's so hot out now. Great lanai. And then there's a little patio area outside. So this is an enclosed lanai. And then I guess you could say there's an outside lanai as well. And then the golf cart garage is up against that. So here's your golf cart. Here's your 2-car garage, painted painted floors. You have a water system in here, water treatment system. And then over here in the back, this is where your golf cart garage is. So you would go ahead and drive your golf cart from the front and then boop, right inside there. There it is. And then enough to back out and then on your way. Okay. All right. And the last one. Curiel Lane, and this is another one of my pride and joy homes that we totally renovated, just like the one on Williams Road. We've just lowered this price to $399. We started it at $449, $50,000. So we have lowered the price. We're getting a ton of showings on this home now. So this is the Oleander. It's also known as the Hawthorne. It has an enclosed hot tub, in-ground enclosed hot tub, because there's this big bird cage around it. And look at that beautiful open. Oleanders probably have the highest ceilings of any home in the villages. Maybe some premier homes might have ceilings this high. We took all the popcorn off. There's no popcorn in this home. We've painted everything. We've put brand new flooring everywhere. One floor. So that is some of people's biggest complaints when they go look at homes. They don't like tile floor here, vinyl floor there, laminate floor over here. You know, this is just one floor throughout the entire home. I mean, this couldn't be any better for somebody. I'm just shocked that it's not sold already. We virtually put some furniture in here so you can kind of see how it would lay out. You know, if you don't have it in your head about how this would work, there you go. So double doors, those go into that's just like Williams Road, the Grand Ficus. It has double doors going into the master bedroom. This is a formal dining room with a pass-through to the kitchen. We painted all the cabinets, high-end, top-of-the-line paint by Sherwin-Williams. Painted all the cabinets white. They used to be an oak cabinet. Brand new appliances here, same flooring. And this is quartz countertops. Christian, one of my pictures is gone for this refrigerator in here. So why is that? Remember we had the picture of the refrigerator with the light on?
I'll check and see.
So you just touch this door right here and a light turns on inside. And then you can look inside to see what you want before you even go on in. It's really cool. Breakfast nook area. And let's see, master bedroom. We need to put some virtual a bed in the master bedroom.
For carry-out?
Oh no, this is. We put them in the guest bedroom, but not the master bedroom. This has a spa bath. So not only do you have a hot tub outside, but you have your spa bathtub in the guest bedroom. enclosed lanai area. There's your hot tub. There it is again. All right. So there we go. There is my little gallery of my listings. Let's see. So I understand our guest is ready, so we're going to jump right to our guest on. Is it? I don't know if it's Zoom or wherever it is.
Talk Studio is the program.
But we're going to go back.
Oh, you're still mini me, by the way.
All right, so where do we get? Where do?
Go back to full.
Well, I can't do full till I go back to here. All right.
And then hit the little Edge browser. Cool. And then show on stream.
Okay. Do we have our information on our?
I have it on. I'll post it in the chat, and then also on your browser, you have a little picture in Google Photos I took of it.
So let me get over. All right, I'll get to our chat here in just a second. So, Stacia.
Hi, how are you?
Son, so I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
Very good, thank you. So, sorry about your little issues with not being able to join us live, but all goes well. We'll do it this way. We can do just like regular podcast, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
sounds great.
I feel special. I feel like Joe Rogan now. So Joe Rogan's got nothing on us.
No, not at all.
All right, so let me do something real quick. I want to scroll to the bottom of our chat. I want to make sure that okay. Where is Stacia's information?
Right here.
Okay, so Christian, just put your information up there.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So, okay, so I don't see her. I don't see her. The name of her company.
Oh.
I see you.
Oh, good.
Well, Christian's he's over here. He's going to go ahead and put the name of your company up there again. So, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. I told everybody about you last week. We're going to have a good time. Now, can you see our chats? You see our chats at all?
Yes.
Okay, you got to watch out for Becky.
I see. She's
Becky is our in-house insurance person. But Becky is in Montana. Right, Becky? So is Florida a regulated policy state? See what I told you? You gotta watch out for Becky. She's gonna come up with all the technical questions for us here. So we'll go ahead and start right out of the chute with Becky's question. Is Florida a regulated policy state, and what does that mean?
So there are companies that are regulated by the state of Florida. The DOI, Department of Insurance, does regulate companies. I used to work for a company named American Capital, and we used to do commercial insurance, large condominiums, buildings, apartment buildings, so forth. We would have to report all of our earnings and everything to the state. We would have to file all of our rates to the state, and there would have to be a fund that we would pay in case we went insolvent. Well, long story short, we did go insolvent at one point, and the state did come in and take over. So that is part of the regulations that go on with these insurance companies. I don't know if you remember back 2021, there were a bunch of companies that went under because they've been insolvent.
A lot of banks too.
A lot of banks too. But yeah,
Yep.
yes, they are regulated. They have to file all of their rates, file everything through the state.
Now, who was that you were with?
I was with American Capital.
Okay, so that's not the company you're with today.
No.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that's clear. So in case
Just saying
anybody
that's
had
not
any had any concerns. So Laura, oh, thanks, Laura. Stacy's information is in the chat. That's right. So all right. So not what that exact. What is that? What is that, Becky? So not what that exactly means. I don't understand what Becky is.
Know. Becky, I will, if you can send me an email, I don't know if you can put my email in the chat or you can send me a text message. I will look into this for you.
So she's saying a regulated policy, a regulated policy state means that with the exception of endorsements, the body of each policy is the same. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, for the most part, it is. I mean, all of the company uses the same forms. And yes, there are endorsements that allow for, the changes. So yes, it does have, they use the ISO forms, if that makes sense to you, Bucky.
So yeah, I'm a novice here with insurance. That's why I asked you to come on board, because I can't answer these questions. But
insurance is so much fun. I'm kidding. It's not. Nobody loves insurance.
That's right. Well, it's a necessary evil, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's a necessary evil.
Right. We have to have it. It's mandated by mortgage companies. It's mandated for car insurance. It's mandated by the state. So it is what it is. So anyways, let's kind of move on from that. So I got a few questions. One of my questions is for homeowners insurance. Becky I believe, said something about
the policy verbiage is from ISO. It's all the same. They use the same forms.
So ISO sounds to me like our real estate contracts are from the MLS, our FAR contracts. Is that what? Are you familiar with FAR contracts?
No, not familiar with FAR, but it's basically it's like a template that everybody uses.
Okay, well, that's like our FAR contract. It's basically you fill in, you have a form, and then so. Correct. Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
Actual policy verbiage. So yeah, so the ISO is
the ISO forms.
Is that what all insurance agents use now, or
that's what that's what the insurance companies use to build their policies. All of the ISO forms go together to build the entire package. So there's, when we're talking about there's different perils that will and will not be covered. Those are defined within the ISO docs, or the policy doc, which comes from ISO. If there's something excluded, like water is typically excluded or flood is definitely excluded, that is in the ISO forms in the policy docs.
Okay. Let's talk about flood since you brought that up.
Oh yeah.
It seems like where the villages are building today are in a high flood zone and wetlands area. So I guess that's going to be now. We had a little conversation last week about getting the flood maps redrawn. Are you familiar with anything about that?
So actually a couple months ago, we had a FEMA representative come in and was asking some questions of us. And I specifically asked when the flood maps would be redrawn. And she didn't have a time frame. It's usually done at whatever pace they decide to redraw them. One thing I know you were talking about the wetlands. One thing to think about is even if you are in an X zone, which is supposed to be flood free, it doesn't mean flood free. And I'm sure you remember from the last year that X zones were getting flooded as well. X zones just means less likely to be flooded. We're a state that's surrounded by water. It's inevitable that there's going to be flooding in a lot of places. But as you were saying with the wetlands last week, with wetlands going away and more construction happening, there's not going to be a place for water to run off. So there is going to be more places that are going to become flood zones.
Yeah, like you said, with the hurricanes we had last year. Where are you located, by the way?
I'm in Clearwater.
Oh, okay. Well, you're very familiar with.
I'm very familiar.
So I like Homosassa. I mean, those areas. A friend of mine lived in Horseshoe Beach, had his home destroyed, and so yeah, I can really see how, like what you're talking about, a lot of those X areas. So I guess what I would say is
Becky
we
makes
should
a
be
very valid, sorry, not to interrupt, but Becky makes a valid point. A lot of the X zones are very inexpensive. You're talking $400, $500 a year for flood insurance in a lot of the X zones. Also, one other thing, just to kind of keep in mind, if flood maps are redrawn and you happen to have flood insurance, you get to be kind of grandfathered in, and your prices won't just automatically go up. So if you went from being in an X zone and all of a sudden you're in an AE, you're going to have a ramp up. I'll say a ramp up period to where you get to the full price that you should have for flood insurance from FEMA.
But it would X zones won't change the AE until those flood maps are
until the flood
changed.
maps are changed, right?
And FEMA does that?
FEMA does the flood maps, yes.
Okay. So yeah, like you said, Becky was saying, I'd buy flood policy anyways. And a flood what's the difference between your house flooding inside from, let's say, a plumbing break, or water coming in from the outside? Those are two different flood policies?
So with your home insurance, you will have some water damage. It is up to the policy, and this is where Becky was talking about as far as the different endorsements. You could have a full water policy, which means that there isn't a limit on the water itself, or you could have like a $10,000 limit. I'm going to give you two examples. Actually, this happened very recently. I had a 20-year-old water heater that exploded, and it flooded almost our entire house. Our policy had unlimited water. We were able to make a claim, received a check. It was fairly easy. Our next door neighbor, their house flooded due to a water leak in their refrigerator. They had to pull up all of their floors. They're only getting $10,000 because they only had a $10,000 policy limit. So this is where those endorsements come into play.
Is that a great amount? The unlimited versus like 10,000 limitation in your policy? What would that be, like $100 difference a year, or is it a big jump?
It depends on the carrier. Citizens, which almost everybody I'm sure is aware of, they only allow for $10,000. So that is their cap. They don't allow for any more.
Gotcha.
Some of the other policies, Frontline has been really great lately. They have unlimited water on theirs as well.
Okay. Somebody asked about sinkhole coverage. Racer Girl. So yeah, sinkhole coverage. So my understanding about homeowner policies, catastrophic damage is covered, but not like minor damage or sectional damage on like a corner of a home or something.
Right. Catastrophic is what will be covered. So it's going to be sudden, instant ground collapse. I don't know if you remember, it's been about 15 years now. There were a lot of people that were putting in the sinkhole claims and getting a lot of money back for it, getting out of their mortgages, and then they weren't fixing their houses. I know of somebody that bought a house that was like that, and so that's why sinkhole isn't covered as much. So with everything, with everything that happens in any type of legislation or with insurance, it happens because there's bad apples out there that are getting through the system. That is a great example, the sinkhole, where bad actors were getting through and getting a lot of money from their sinkhole coverage. There are a few companies that still do cover sinkhole, but there's very few.
As a writer?
As a writer, yes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought they all did.
Not all of them, just a couple of them. And you have to have I'm reading Becky's comments at the same time. There's only a couple of them that have that writer. And you'd have to get an engineer as well to do a survey of the area to make sure that there is not any existing damage.
All right, hold on a second. Becky Forbes, you should be telling us all this information while we are talking on our live streams. But for now, let me get through with Stacia. Yes. Please.
And Citizens, real quick, it is supposed to be the carrier of last resort. However, sometimes they are the only carrier that will cover at a reasonable price. And we have to jump through hoops. I won't get into everything, but we have to jump through hoops to get approval to write with Citizens, just off of what Becky was saying.
Becky, you're on the hook next week, girl. So just be prepared with all your stuff. Okay?
Don't ask.
All right. So, yes, Citizens is a state-funded insurance carrier for those of you or for those homes that can't get regular homeowners insurance.
That is correct. As well, Citizens will take over policies when a insurance company has gone insolvent. So when back in 2021, when these books of businesses or these insurance companies were going insolvent, Citizens would take their book of business and continue with them.
I had a house that I sold somebody, and I checked. See, what I always did was I checked the permitting for at the building department on the property appraiser's website to see if a home was permitted for sinkhole remediation. And there was no permitting whatsoever even filed for this home. And then I had some people, they purchased it. I'm like, okay. And then they call me up and they go, hey, Ira, you sold us a home that had sinkhole damage. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's nothing in the property appraisers under the building permits that says that a home had remediation for sinkhole. They go, oh yeah, we tried to get homeowners insurance, and I guess there's a database.
It's called a clue report that pulls all loss history.
Well, that whatever that is, that came up with the fact that somebody filed a claim on this house, got money, and then went into foreclosure, like you were saying, Stacia, went into foreclosure, stopped paying their mortgage, absconded with their homeowner's insurance money for a sinkhole damage that was never there. I mean, I looked the house over and there's not one little iota of evidence. There might have been a little depression out in the yard, and some sinkhole company came along and said, yep, you got a sinkhole, which the scammers were doing. That's why we got into all this problem to start with. And I'm like, well, we're going to have to do, I mean, I think they had to file something to, because there was no evidence. So the insurance company who they wanted to go with sent somebody out there to do an inspection. No evidence whatsoever of there ever even being a sinkhole. So I don't even know how they really got away with getting money and then absconding with that money. But it was what it was. But that's why we're in the position we are in today with sinkhole coverage, because of all the ripoffs. And then roofing companies took over and started scamming us all. And now insurance companies are killing us with, and that was another thing I'm going to have to ask you about.
Yes, we're going to talk about roofs. I know. I have it on my list and I have examples. Yes.
All right. So that's a perfect segue.
There is a perfect segue.
All right. Right from sinkhole into the scammers, those roofing scammers. That ticks me off. I'm a contractor, and when you go along, and you have a 35-year, limited warranted roof, and you can only get 15 years out of a 35-year, when you were getting 22 to 25, it's all because those roofers came along and started ripping off the insurance companies.
Yep,
they all should be in jail.
All of them. They would come along, and actually, we were selling my father-in-law's house after he passed away, and we had a roofer come out to redo the roof, and he goes, we could put this into your insurance. My husband looked at him and he said, don't you ever say that in front of my wife. She will kill you. And he said, no, we're just going to pay for it. We don't know when the damage happened. We have no information on that. We're not going to try and scam the insurance company to try and get it paid for. We're just going to pay for it. So yeah, it's very crazy. And as you're talking about, I'm going to give you one more crazier, weird rule that it's just one insurance company. So every insurance company has their own underwriting rules and what they will and won't accept. One company told us about 15 years for tile roof, which,
For a tile roof,
right, exactly.
which is a
That's what,
50-year rated roof. That's
yes,
crazy.
yes. So the average, for shingle, it's about 15 years that they'll all accept. With Citizens, I know they're the ones of last resort, but sometimes we have to use them, especially if we have a 20-year-old roof. They do require us having a roof survey and saying that it does have 5 years of life left. If it says anything less than that, we have to have it redone.
So
Um,
you have your own inspector that does that?
Not our own inspector. You would anybody that like most people that do the 4-point and the wind mits, they should be able to provide that as well.
So it has to have at least 5 years left?
Yes, for Citizens to insure it, and that's for Citizens to insure it, and they're supposed to be the ones that should insure it. But
And
I
that's
digress.
that's based on the year on how the roof, on how old the roof is, or the condition of the roof.
It's a combination of both. So, as you were saying, these roofs, they've been made to be 30 years old, but insurance companies are pretty much requiring at 15 years that they be replaced. With Citizens, after I think it's 20 years, they ask for the roof, how much life is left on that roof. And that would be based on the condition. They'd have to take photographs and all that.
So they're asking the home inspector to tell them how much life is left on the roof?
Yes. I know.
What if you have a crappy home inspector who doesn't know what he's doing?
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
We're in trouble. Lots of trouble. Lots of trouble. Or if if they say that there's only a year left, the irony of all of it too is that Citizens and every other company, I saw a question about the 4-point, and here most companies require a 4-point inspection, not the full inspection that is usually done, to show every detail of the house. And we wouldn't. Let me also say this: the inspection that you would get as a homeowner, that would detail like what needs to be fixed, every nook, cranny, that you don't want to give that to the insurance company. I don't want to give it to the insurance company. We don't want them to
Right.
see that. The 4-point goes over the 4 basics, and that is what is needed for most insurance companies. Even though we do provide that, they still all do inspections of the house. Some do both inside and outside, some just do outside. Some do allow the insured to take their own pictures and upload them. So there's different variations of inspections after you have become insured. Now, as far as the metal roofs go, some companies are willing to give up to 50 years on metal roofs. So metal roofs
Wow.
actually seem to be given the longest life out of all.
Okay. So that's, yeah, I mean, so even above your tile roofs, right?
Even above tile roofs. Now, what's very
Never mind.
interesting, what's also interesting, I know we can go down a lot of different rabbit holes as we talk. I did do a comparison of what's called RCE, replacement cost. What is the replacement cost estimator? And each of those are determined by the insurance companies themselves. You put in different aspects. I'll actually kind of just show you one. I'm showing you behind the curtains. real quick. So this is an example of a replacement cost estimator. This is information that we put in as insurance agents. There's details about your house to which it calculates what the insurance company thinks it will cost to rebuild the house as of right now, as you have it right now. With insurance, they're not trying to give you any more than they have to. They're not going to give you upgrades. It's going to be as it is. So this is just some of the details that we put in to get through our replacement cost estimators. And I'm going to stop sharing. So
We didn't get your share screen.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Do you see it at all now?
No. Oh yeah, okay, we see it now.
There it
we
is.
go. Yeah.
So it gives detail. We put in aspects of the home in order to get the cost that they believe it would be to reconstruct the house as it is now. So just kind of keep this in mind. That's how they determine the dwelling coverage whenever you're looking at your insurance policy. I'll just go up a little bit more, just so you can take a look at it.
Now, what are we looking at here?
This is an example of a replacement cost estimator. This is what we use in order for the insurance companies to determine how much it would cost to replace your house.
Gotcha.
So if it were to burn down today, they would use these details to get you like new.
Okay.
So with the shingle roof, I did one for one of your homes. I want to say it was which one? The bay window. Oh, Coletti.
Yeah.
So the replacement cost that is coming back at would be $439,000. And just an example of the quote, it would be $1,528.18. For a tile roof, the RCE, the replacement cost went up significantly, and it went to $473,000, and the quote went up just slightly to $1,603.72. For a metal roof, there isn't too much change. For the RCE, it went up $400,000 or $455,000, and the quote is $1,563.93. So just to give some ideas of the difference in pricing with the different roofs. It's not too dramatic with the different price with the different roofs. Now, what is really, and Ira, I'm sure you know this, what is really important is the wind mitt.
Right. So with the wind mitt, I mean, pretty much, I think all the homes in the villages past the wind mitt with the tie downs and everything, and the number of nails per sheet of the sheathing. Right. So, yeah.
I just want to give an example. I had a client that on her wind mitt that she had toenails. But she asked me how much would it be if I got clips on instead of toenails? And I did a estimate, and it was $3,000 less.
Wow.
Granted, her
This is on a
policy
wood
was
frame home.
granted it was the policy started at 9,000 and went down to 6,000. Yes, and
Wow.
it was on a wood home.
Yeah. And all they did was toenail the nails into the wood. That's kind of crazy. There was no straps. There were no clips.
It went from toenails to clips. So they took clips and they just put them on. I think was just a couple $100, and that saved them it saved them $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that would definitely make a big difference.
Very different. Yes.
And they had to have, I guess, put them underneath the whatever they use. Was it hardy board or vinyl siding? They probably had to pull that off to put the clips on there.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they did, but I know that it was added for relatively cheap, and the savings was pretty great.
What is the savings, if any, of a wood framed home versus a block home?
Glad you asked that. I took your Travis Place home, and I did some quotes for it as block versus frame. So for a block, if we made it a block house, because it is a frame house, the RCE, which is the replacement cost, is $243,000. The premium for this quote is $1,618. For frame, which that house is, the RCE is $227,000, and the quote is $1,788. So there is a little bit more of a savings with masonry versus frame, and you're
even though
getting more
masonry
coverage.
is higher,
Right?
the replacement cost for
This is
masonry is higher, but the insurance amount is lower.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, by $100.
$100 and more coverage.
So, what do you mean more coverage?
Well, as far as the RCE goes,
Well, the RCE is $223, right, for the frame.
$227 and
$227 and $243 if it was block.
Correct.
Well, so that's $15,000 difference, right? Gotcha. So, all right. Well, we do have courtyard villas, right, that are block and stucco, or the newer ones are your poured in place concrete homes. There's no difference, right, between the concrete panels or the block and stucco.
Actually, there might be. I didn't quote that. Let me get that over to you. I'll run that and get that over to you.
That'd be interesting because that's all the villages are building with now are those concrete panels.
Wow.
So they've kind of gone away from block.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's faster and they're already poured and all they do is put them up, clip them together, and away they go.
Absolutely.
So I would be really curious if you would take a home like let's say my Willow Grove home. Okay, sounds like you've gone into my inventory. My Willow Grove home would be a good home. It's a block and stucco home, but they also have wood frame and vinyl called camellias. The
Mm-hmm.
Willow Grove is called a gardenia.
Mm-hmm.
That's the block version, but today they have, I'm not even sure what the new name is when they're using the concrete panels, but we did have a discussion either last week or the week before about block versus
Yeah, I think it
those
was last week.
concrete panels.
I think you were
So,
talking about it last week because I did listen to last week's.
sounded like it. All right, so I'm writing that down too. So, all right, cool. Tesla roofs.
So I'm just going to say solar panel in general. There are companies that do not cover solar panels, and there are companies that do. Um, it's just a matter of which one will also write for the house and come out with the best price. There's just a lot of variables that you throw into play to get a quote from these different companies. But there are companies that you can have solar panels covered if something were to damage them, and then it's basically another rider just for the solar panels.
Well, when she said Tesla roofs, I was kind of thinking of those. Now they have tile roofs
Kyle.
that are all those solar panels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have those now? I think they're just now kind of coming online. I've kind of seen some advertisement about tile solar panels
Mm-hmm.
that cover the entire roof.
I've seen those too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I've seen those too.
Okay.
Commercials for those.
She asked, is Chubb still writing in Florida?
It is. I don't really write with Chubb very much personally.
So I think that's what Becky was referring to, are the tile roofs
Okay.
that are all individual solar panels. So I don't want to miss any. I'm kind of scrolling back up here. So Becky had a lot of good.
She did.
Good questions. Let's see. Trying to get all technical. I know somebody asked about golf carts.
Yes.
So are golf carts covered under your homeowner's insurance?
No. Well, I shouldn't say that. Again, it's one of those caveats. Some insurance companies will have it as a rider. There is an insurance company, American Integrity, that we do insure just golf carts with. So don't have to have home insurance with us. You don't have to do anything like that. It would just cover your golf cart.
Mark, did we answer your question about metal roofs? I thought we did. I just wanted to make sure. Metal roofs versus traditional tile. I'm sure. I know we did. I'm talking about. Let's see. I'd buy flood. So, is that rain?
Mm-hmm.
Pouring.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right here. Let's see. So, Becky, direct, sudden, and accidental. Do you know what she's talking about when she refers to direct, sudden, or accidental? Is that sinkhole?
It's pretty much all perils.
Oh, okay.
Let's say you have a water leak and you know about it, but you don't fix it. And you let it go. But then all of a sudden you say, I'm going to call and get a claim for this water leak that I have. And now you have mold and you have a bunch of water damage. That might not be covered because it went on for so long and you didn't claim it. So
Wow.
sudden, that's it has to be, it can't just be neglect or wear and tear. So that's where kind of the sudden comes into play. Like with the water heater that I had that exploded, it was sudden. It was an event.
Right.
It's the same for catastrophic and um, for pretty much all perils, really.
So it can only be the way I'm reading, direct, sudden, or accidental.
Correct.
But like what you're saying, it can't be this ongoing issue that you neglected, and now it's come to a point where you're making a claim, and it wasn't direct, sudden, or accidental.
Right.
It's just an ongoing issue that the homeowner failed to take care of.
Correct. It doesn't, and that's the other part. Not to go back to roofs, but um, a lot of companies are taking into account depreciation when they replace roofs, because I mean, obviously, you need a new roof if a tree falls through it, or an instant sudden catastrophe happens. Um, Hurricane, tornado. I know you were talking about tornado last week. Um, that that all happens, but you've had the roof for so long, and if there's tiles missing or whatever. So a lot of the companies are doing less depreciation when they replace it. So that is something else to take a look at. And yeah, State Farm's really good. I wish they don't write so much in Florida, um, but they are really, really good.
I think I had State Farm, or was it Allstate? I can't remember now, but I know they went ahead and I went from like $2,500 a year to $3,500 to $5,700 to $9,700, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm watching because everything is I have everything in my mortgage payment, and I'm thinking, wow, my property values are going sky
Right.
high, and it was the insurance that was going up. So people need to be very careful and wary about escrowing their insurance and
Yes.
uh, their taxes and insurance in with their mortgage.
Correct. And if you start seeing your escrow go up, check to see what your home insurance is. If it's going up the way that Ira yours went up, give me a call, give your agent a call, and see what other companies they can put you with. Hopefully, there's somebody that can drop that rate down.
Well, it was with I'm pretty sure it was Allstate, and because I thought I was in good hands with that insurance company, and I wasn't.
No,
So, and they said,
no.
"Oh, we notified you each and every time we went up." I'm like, "No, you didn't. I didn't ever see any notification." But yeah, when it was $9,700, I'm like, this is crazy. And I called them. They go, oh well, I said, well, what are you going to do about getting it down? Oh, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, oh, I've been with you for 30 years and nothing you can do. Nope, sorry.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves: loyalty in these
Uh,
days. With you,
right. No
you
claims.
there's no claims. You've had your house with them forever, or you've had car insurance with the same company for 20 years. Loyalty doesn't come into to play anymore.
Get you nowhere.
Yeah. So it's just a personal problem that it frustrates me. I know it frustrates everybody, but it frustrates me as well, that loyalty isn't taken into account.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, I was a little upset about that. All right, let's see. Let me keep going here. I don't want to miss
Sure.
anybody. So, could you address people looking to purchase in the villages? Okay, so you talked about a 4-point inspection.
4-point inspection. So anytime you purchase, I'm going to give caveats. There's always caveats. If it's a newer home, it's not always required to have a 4-point and wind mitt. However, getting a wind mitt, like if you have a 2022 built home, I think that one of the ones that is on your list was built in 2022. Colorado. That technically doesn't need a 4-point inspection or a wind mitt. However, a wind mitt is good to have in order to get the discounts with the insurance company with the different credits that it can provide.
What? I'm writing that down too. What kind of discounts do you think you really get with? I mean, I know they could be very substantial, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have that one that was $3,000. I was shocked by that change. But I mean, so just let's see. I thought I put some numbers in here. I did. So I did take a look at your Willow Grove, and I did some calculations with different aspects. I set, so for the first one, I set it as level C, toenails. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, I will put up a blank wind mitt and show you what we use. I already know that you know this like the back of your hand.
Yeah. I did a couple when I had my home inspector license, and which I let go because I still have my contractor's license. But yeah, it's a simple form.
It's a great form. So, and I don't know if people understand the reason behind it, and I don't know. I just like a little bit of Florida history in here. When it says that it was built to the Miami-Dade or Broward counties, this is in response to the hurricanes that went through, most notably Andrew. So a lot of this comes from Andrew back in the day. So FBC is what it's called when you have the codes up to Andrew standards. Roof covering, it tells us if it's asphalt, metal, built up membrane. The roof deck. Now this is one of those parts that do give the discounts. When I was saying that I was doing the quote for Willow Grove, I was using level C here. And then
7/16 thickness of okay.
It seems to me the most common that we see. And then the wall attachments I put as toenail. And I'll go back to this and we can take a look.
That's got to be an old home to have those toenail.
You would be surprised, Ira. Oh, there's a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean, to me, I would get, in knowing what I know now, I would get the clips for an extra couple $100. It's worth it.
Oh yeah.
The roof geometry, you can't change that. Secondary water resistant. This is another one. I believe it's relatively inexpensive to have. So if you decide to get a new roof, I would add secondary water resistant as well. Hurricane protection is based off the opening. So it's all of the windows, the front door, the garage door. All of that would need to be considered hurricane rated in order for you to get a discount for hurricanes. This is really, especially really important near the coast. I have we have one carrier that if you're within 1,000 feet from the water, they will not insure you unless you have hurricane opening protection. So back to the Willow Grove, how I rated it was, I said it was FBC, level C. So it was this level, toenail, no SWR, and I'm going to stop sharing because I feel like it might be too much of a distraction. And no hurricane. Just to give a kind of a quote, it's $2,645. To change it and have clips and SWR, it saves $71. So there's not a whole lot of savings for this particular quote. It could be better with other carriers. Like I said, I did have that one extreme example. If you had single wrap SWR, it saved about $108. And then if we did, SWR hurricane, the savings is much greater. It's $387. So it depends by carrier, and it depends by what they determine those credits will be. But a lot of times having the SWR, the clips versus toenail, those do provide much of a discount. Swimming pool. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're caught up. I'm behind. I'm
you're
just looking
at. You're good. Swimming pools. Those are considered part of the dwelling. I can't remember which one. There is a company that also gives a certain dollar amount to have the pool refilled should something happen. But swimming pools, I should restate that. If it's attached, meaning the concrete that it is in is attached to the dwelling itself. If it's an above pool and it's out back and there's no deck or nothing that's touching the dwelling, then it's not going to be covered as part of the dwelling. I can represent a lot. State Farm, I don't represent because they only do State Farm. American Integrity, Frontline, Cabrillo, Florida Peninsula, Giovera, Heritage, Citizens. Yes, Citizens for everybody. No, we represent about 30 different ones, and I don't have them all memorized, but yeah, about 30 different ones.
Well, Sue Lane was telling me, said up here that for an extra $15 a year is all it cost them to insure their golf cart. So, I thought and I've always thought, or I had understood, that your homeowners always covers your golf cart in accidents or theft or whatever kind of mishap. So I guess I was wrong on that one.
It has to be, there has to be a rider for it. And insurance companies, from what I remember back on the days where I was in insurance, they didn't want to cover golf carts because they had huge liability. They were one of the like it was like the one of the highest rated or highest reasons for having liability claims against you. I can't remember the statistic, but it was a while ago. Progressive, I write Progressive and Safeco for auto. Progressive isn't writing in the state of Florida anymore for homeowners. And ironically, I did work for Progressive for a little while, so just a little
There you go.
bit.
No more Progressive.
Yeah, sad.
And I think the reason Allstate went so high up on me is because they didn't want to write in Florida anymore either. They just wanted to get rid of all their customers.
That's kind of what Progressive did too. Yeah, they've raised their rates so high, and then you end up jumping ship.
Definitely, yeah.
I agree. Customer loyalty is so important, and I don't understand how these companies don't see that. And that's for every company. I'm just going to say across the board, you know, any customer that's loyal is just they deserve more than a brand new customer.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we are in Florida, and you would think they're not. If they can get out of Florida, I think DeSantis is holding a lot of their feet to the fire, saying if you want to write auto insurance or anything like that, just like you said, Progressive only writes for auto. I thought if they write for auto, they have to write for everything.
No,
Isn't that what DeSantis kind of put into law?
I don't know about. I'll have to research that.
I know he was talking about it, so he might not have done it, but I know he was talking about it.
I know he was there. There's been a lot recently with insurance that he's been trying to have changed. There was one piece in particular, and I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have to look it up now. I'll have to do that after we get off, but I'll send it to you. Um, oh, good question, Mark. I know that Becky. I see yours. I'm gonna come back to it. So, Mark, that's a really great question. And this brings up something that Ira was talking about. When we're doing a policy, we run an insurance score. So it takes your history of claims, it takes the property's history of claims. Usually, after about 5 years, they drop off. Um, and it does a soft pull on your credit. So I don't have, their exact calculations on what it is that determines that score, but those are the three factors that do come into play. Um, so it is a little bit, but moreover is the past claims that you've had, the past claims the property's had. I just had
So the property itself affects somebody else's ability to get insurance?
I'll give you another story. One of my best friends, she asked me a while ago, can you see about getting me different insurance? She's with a competitive agent in the area. And I said, sure, let me do that. I came back, I got a price for her that was below what she was paying, more coverage, all the things. And I went through to get it all, have it approved. Well, there was a water claim from 2 or 3 years ago. The previous owner had a tenant, and the tenant vandalized the home and had some sort of issue where the water created a claim. I tried to go to the underwriting and say, this wasn't under her, it was under somebody else. She had nothing to do with it. They would not approve it.
Wow,
Yeah.
man,
hmm It stays on for about 5 years.
5 years. Okay. So Brian had a question. Are screened enclosures extra coverage?
It is extra coverage. Again, I'll say this as a blanket. Citizens does not cover it, but there are companies that do that.
Citizens don't cover.
Screen enclosure in Florida of all things. We
What
have
about like pool cages? They don't
yeah,
cover pool cages.
they don't. It's amazing.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
I better write that one down because I got to see if mine covers pool cages.
Yes. So
Since I have a
if you want me
pool.
to if you want me to take a review of it, send it over to me. If you guys have individual questions on your coverage, you can send it over to me and I'll take a look. And if you think that you're paying too much, I can take a look. I have no problem.
Cool.
Yeah.
So everybody hear that? Go ahead and put her information up there, Christian, again. And any of you out there, if you just want her to review your policy, just to see if you need anything extra, if something's not there, see what your price is, right? And do a cost comparison. Just send it to your email address.
Yes. That would be great.
Stacia top quote ins.com. So
Yes.
or give you a call.
Yeah, give me a call. That also receives text messages. And Ira, I have to, before we get off, I'm going to change subjects.
In the description as well.
Say that again, Stacia.
Oh, I said before we go, I have to talk about last week's. There's a couple of the things that were not insurance related. I love that you drink Celsius, and I wanted to know, did you get any of the Celsius that had what was the alcohol?
Oh,
New Moon? Was it New Moon? Yeah. I love that you drink it. I'm a Red Bull drinker, so anybody that drinks energy drinks with me, I
yeah. No, yeah, no. I would have felt the alcohol if I had gotten any, but so far, nope.
dang no. And I love that you guys go to shows and Jace performing everywhere. That's awesome. I'm going to a concert September 7th. If anybody's in the Pinellas area, there's going to be a great show. It's there's like 4 or 5 bands, but the last band is an Ozzy impersonator, and he is absolutely fantastic. If you've never
Really?
seen, yes, it's amazing. It's September 7th, and
What's the venue?
it is OCC. It's there's a biker bar up here. I'll send over the information to you, but if you guys can go, Diary of Ozman is the name of the band, and I personally know him, and he's fantastic.
Jace went into depression when Ozzy died. I think both of us kind of cried over that one. So
yeah,
he was the man.
He was. So OCC Roadhouse, it's in Pinellas Park. So September 7th. I had to tell you about it because if you love some rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if probably not many people know that group Volbeat that I went to go see, but they're a Danish band. They're fantastic. They are a hard rock band, and that's just, I don't know. just can't find good bands anymore. So that's great. I am going to look into that. I appreciate you letting me know about that.
I'll send you I'll send you some information about it for
I
sure.
think my man Jace is going to be leaving here probably the end of the month,
Oh man.
but maybe I can get him to stay an extra week.
I mean,
Let's see, he must be gone because I don't see him on the chat, but I will definitely let him know about that. Yeah, send it to me. I'll
yeah,
send it to him. Do they have a website?
OCC Roadhouse.
No. The name of that
Oh,
band,
uh,
or a Facebook page.
they do. It's Diary of Ozman.
Man, cool. I'll look into it for sure. Yeah, thanks for
really, really
for
cool.
that.
No, I mean, you were talking concerts. I love concerts, so really into it. I was mad that I was like, I want to talk about some of the stuff we were talking about last week too.
Yeah.
But I know insurance is way more important.
Yeah, but there's other stuff's way more interesting.
Yes. Very
about the bands and stuff. So, all right, well, listen, we're going to have you back on if that's okay. And
I would love it. I would love it.
We will. I didn't know you're coming all the way from Clearwater.
I know.
So, or else I wouldn't have asked you to come that far. We'd have just done it this way right here.
No, it's okay. I wanted to come in person because I like the in-person interaction and so forth. Just unfortunately I have two children that both have some sort of virus going on.
Oh gosh.
I know.
Well, I do have time to time Miriam Bennett. She's my mortgage girl. And Kerry Collins, he's my mortgage guy. They'll come on. And Miriam comes all the way from north of Jacksonville. I think she's just across the border in Fleming, maybe. I can't remember, Fleming Island, or she comes from way up there, but she does travel down here sometimes, and we'll kind of arrange it to where she'll stop in, and so that would be cool. If
anytime, and if there's, if you want to get more questions, I will definitely have everything ready for you guys. Really appreciate all of your questions, everything.
Yeah. And see, I gave Becky the opportunity last week.
I did hear that.
To go ahead and give us a list of stuff, and then you drop all this stuff on. So,
well, Becky has I saw she was a retired claims adjuster. I mean,
yeah, since 1985. So she goes way back.
God bless her, because I tried claims for a few minutes, and it is very difficult.
Yeah, well, that's why she's burned out and she's coming to the villages to chill out.
Perfect. We'll go and have a drink.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you for jumping on with us, and we will have you up here anytime you want to come, or if you're ever in the area, like I will let you know. We only do these on Monday night, but love to have you in person. We'll go over into my conference room and have a good little chat, and maybe I'll get Miriam and we'll really blow it out of the water.
All right. So, we'll have to make a whole date of it.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. All right. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, Stacia. It was a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Stacia. And one more time, do we have her information?
Yeah, I'll put it one more time.
Okay, cool. So there you go. Anybody who just wants their policies, even just checked out.
Just even looked over. Make sure you're covered.
It's always a good thing. I mean, and I always advocate, even for mortgages, right? I'll tell people, call Carrie, call Miriam, get, two different people looking at it. And so that would be great. So
Yes, absolutely.
thanks. Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
talk soon.
Absolutely. Great talking
Appreciate
to
it.
you guys. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, Stacia. Let's see here. So she kept her on for a little over an hour. So Becky, have your questions ready, girlfriend, when we have her back. This way, girl, can't you get away from? Let me tell you something. If I ever retired from real estate, that would be it. I'm gone. So, anyways, appreciate you all hanging out with me this evening. We will wrap it up here, and it's almost 8 o'clock. I gotta get this guy off the payroll for this evening. So next Monday, be looking for what our agenda is next Monday. We don't have one right now. If anybody ever has a suggestion, Jane, you're awesome. Becky, you're awesome. You guys are awesome. Pat, you stayed all the way for the whole 2 hours. My mind is blown. You're always doing that. I love you guys. So thank you so much for hanging out with me the whole show. And I honestly, I really do heartfelt appreciate that. So Brian, thanks for joining in, buddy. Mark, I appreciate you all. So we'll see you all next week, right? Okay. Thanks a lot.